Welcome back to the latest edition of Fight and Talk Wales with myself, Ciaran Gibbons, and John Scriven. Big thanks to our sponsor, Demon Shields. See their logo in the front there. Leading manufacturer of gum shields for combat sports and rugby in Wales. They're on Facebook, they're on Twitter. Get in contact. Today we're going to be talking about the May 14th show in Cardiff. Excellent show, John.
Absolutely fantastic show. Probably one of the best shows I've been to, atmosphere-wise and fights, and there was a few ups and downs, and yeah, really good show.
Yeah, they looked a really professional venue with a big TV screen above the ring as well, and the layout was really good.
Yeah, excellent.
Some excellent Welsh performances on the show. We'll be focusing on those fights rather than some of the other boxers from England and Wales, Scotland and Ireland. But Andrew Selby winning the British title in only 5 fights.
Unbelievable. Set a record. I know I just released an article saying what I thought of him, and like I said, I've never been this excited since Nazim burst onto the scenes in the early 90s. He's just so exciting to watch, and really got a really promising future. Yeah,
and it was. I think Andrew as well. He feels he has to excite the fans. He thinks he could have easily won that fight a lot easier from probably around 6-7 onwards. He could have easily gone on the back foot and was boxed and stayed safe.
Yeah.
But he actually went out there to make sure it was an exciting fight for the fans, and especially that 12th round. I mean, you were there ringside. I mean, it must have been amazing to be so close to such action.
Like you said, from round 6, his confidence was there then, and you could see he was confident and doing these little trick moves and stuff. And Louis Norman, no disrespect to him, he was always in the fight, but you could see after round 6, as soon as he threw a shot, he was so cautious because he knew if he missed, Selby was coming back with 4s and 5s, and it's just brilliant.
Louis Norman, what a tough guy though, what a tough opponent. He could have gone the other way as well. He could have sort of said, I'm never going to win this fight, and he could have gone on the back foot and just sort of taken the loss.
Yeah.
Cruise to a 12-round loss, but he was fighting right till the end as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he'll come again once it comes to the vacant. I think he's in with a chance of winning that British title himself.
Yeah, I mean, he could fight another Welsh boxer, Jay Harris.
Yeah.
That'd be Norman and Harris, that'd be a good fight perhaps.
Yeah, excellent fight.
Well, I caught up with Andrew in the changing room after the fight, so here's the interview. 5 professional fights, British flyweight champion. How does that feel?
Amazing. Say it again. I'm joking. Yeah, it's good, great. Over the moon. That's the only belt I wanted to win. I get to keep this for 2 weeks. It's come to my bedroom.
Do you plan to try and win the belt outright, or have you got other options?
I would like to win outright, but there's not many people in Britain who want to fight me. So I don't know. See what happens.
And what was it like tonight in this venue, the first time to have boxing here in the ice rink with people cheering your name, calling Selby?
Yeah.
It's not often really flyweight boxers can do that.
And yeah, it was hard to get myself psyched up. As soon as I went outside, seeing all my family and friends, I just thought, wow, what an atmosphere. And also during the fight, you seem to be talking to Lewis sometimes. What type of things you say? Yeah, sorry for that. I was just trying to intimidate him. I was just on a high, do you know what I mean? I just thought, no one's beating me tonight. And
actually, towards the end of the fight, you were clearly winning, but it seemed important to you to put on an exciting performance for the crowd as well.
Yeah, I think it was around 11 and 12. Me and Norman stood there toe to toe. Any one of us could have won. Maybe I could have boxed a bit clever and gone back and just nicked it, but I want to give the fans a good show as well.
Another great interview there with Andrew Selby, Ciaran. He was honest, wasn't he, about the fight. But moving on, another big fight on the show, Craig Kennedy. He's in a tough fight.
Very tough. Against the guy who looked, on the way in, he looked a lot bigger, but actually in the ring together, he sort of took a different weight division to Kennedy.
Total different weight, didn't it? I know he didn't have the biggest of legs, but his upper body was massive. And he had Kennedy down in the second. Fair play to Craig. He got up, got his composure back together.
Yeah, there was a point to the fight because that guy was knocking Craig's head back with jabs as if they were right hands. He was just so heavy-handed, and I just thought Craig is never ever going to be able to get through this. And when he went down in that second round, I just thought that's it, Craig's going to get stopped here. But fair play to Craig, he battled it out, and he could have easily sort of crumbled and wilted under the pressure. Biggest fight of his career in front of his home fans in Cardiff, 700 tickets sold, or more than that, even probably on the night. But I thought Craig done really well to compose himself and just get through it and pull his boxing together. And he threw some really good combinations and used some quite clever boxing skills under pressure. And of course he was down again in the second half of the fight, which looked more like a push rather than a knockdown.
Knockdown, yeah.
And I think, I mean, you were taking pictures ringside. As soon as the fight was over, everyone I was saying to us, sort of saying, who won that fight? Because nobody really knew. It was that type of fight where it could have gone either way. I mean, if Craig had won it, fair enough. If it was a draw, fair enough. If the other guy won it, I wouldn't have complained.
No.
It was that type of fight, I think. And the fact it was a split decision reflects that.
But it was great to see that, Kennedy got on that, and he'll dig deep when he got it, won't he?
Yeah, I still think Craig made a few mistakes on the night defensively, and I'm sure Craig realises that himself. So he's probably his own biggest critic. But I think Craig will feel a lot more confident after that fight. He'll learned a hell of a lot about himself in his character, and he certainly showed us something different as well, I believe. And
I doubt it's going to be a while, I expect, before he comes up against somebody with that kind of power as well, because he was a powerful guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. I caught up with Craig over the phone, and I want to say a big massive thanks to Craig, because I left a few messages for him to interview him for the show, and actually Craig phoned me from the airport just about to go on holidays. So that's great for Craig. He didn't have to do that. So let's just go to the interview of myself and Craig Kennedy from the airport. Speaking to me now, fresh off his victory, is Craig the Kid Kennedy. Craig, congratulations on the win. Toughest fight of your career to date?
Oh, definitely. He really tested me. As you've seen, I got cut in the first 30 seconds of the fight, and then getting put down in the second round, which I've never actually done in my career to date, not even in sparring. It tested my character, but like a true champion, I got myself back up, dusted myself off, and got the victory.
Yeah, you were down in the second round. How badly hurt were you?
It was weird. It was a feeling that I've never experienced before. As it goes for the pain part of it, I didn't feel a thing, and that's the thing with knockdowns. They're the shots you don't see. But what was alarming to me was that I didn't see it. So obviously I was very cautious. I knew that he had punch power in both hands, and the fact that he deceived me and hit me with a shot that I didn't see was a bit worrying to me, more to the point. But all I know was that I was just down on the canvas, and I just sort of come around and was like, what am I doing down here? And it was just in my best interest just to take my stand in 8, regroup, and get back, obviously, to my game plan.
Yeah, because you always told me, Craig, that when you face tougher opponents, we'll see the best of Craig Kennedy, and probably from that knockdown onwards, plus from rounds 4 onwards, you were able to sort of regroup and prove some excellent boxing skills.
Yes, I've watched it back myself since, and again, I'm my biggest critic. There was, a lot of room for improvement. I'm a lot better than that, but the fact that I got cut in the first round, put down in the second round, he did derail me a bit. But again, he's a big live opponent, and the fact that he's been inactive, I've now found out, is because he can't get fights, and I know why. He's tall, dangerous, and he can punch with both hands. But I had it was a big risk, but it was big reward. So it was a fight that we had to take at this point in my career.
And where next to now, Craig? I know in the past you spoke about fighting for the British title. I think a few people were a little bit surprised you were fighting for this belt. So where's the next step?
At the moment, I think my management, the Sanagers, are looking now down the British domestic route. Whether or not I'm going to have to fight another final eliminator, I'm not quite sure. But for me, now I've got a recognised belt. I think that the Commonwealth and British title is something that I've been longing for so long now. And the fact that over Mackenzie haven't defended it, and he's coming to the breaking point that he will have to vacate or defend it, I think that's a road we're going to go down. So before Christmas now, I'm hoping to add the British and Commonwealth title to my IBF International.
Lovely, Craig. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us, and we hope to catch up with you soon.
Definitely. I'll give you a shout as soon as I'm back here, and obviously we'll catch up, okay, mate?
Yeah, that's lovely. Cheers, I really appreciate you phoning, Craig.
No problem at all, mate.
Bye, mate.
Another fight on the undercard, or one of the main 3 fights we were looking forward to, was Tony Dixon against Paddy Gallagher. Obviously, Tony got stopped in the first round. Very disappointing for Tony. I mean, what can he take from that fight, John?
Absolutely gutted for him. I thought he was winning the fight, more than comfortably. I know he was only the first round, but he seemed to be doing whatever he wanted to do with Gallagher, and catching Gallagher with some really big shots. But maybe he got a bit excited and a bit eager, as he does. He likes to go in for the kill, and he got caught. I'd say he got caught cold, really, because it was the only kind of big shot that Tony got caught with.
I don't know whether, like you sort of said there, I don't know whether Tony was just too eager to try and press on a big stage. I know that's his style and that's his way, but maybe Paddy Gallagher a little bit more experienced. He just sort of waited for his moment, and when he saw his opportunity, he took it. And it was a single shot that done all the damage. And like you said, get in for Tony, but I suppose trying to put a positive spin on it. Hopefully Tony will learn something from this fight, and if he does learn something, then it's not a wasted fight.
I spoke to him after the fight, and he's absolutely devastated. But he said they've been in touch with their team, and he's hoping to get a rematch on over in Dublin, Ireland. He'll go over there and fight them. He believes he can win it, and
that'd be great. That's a great attitude from Tony as well. Just jump straight back in with the guy who just knocked you out. I think perhaps with a little bit more sensible boxing, it'll be a lot closer fight.
And let's not forget, it's only his 7th fight, and he's still learning, and that will be a good learning fight.
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, I noticed a few people on Facebook and Twitter saying the referee stopped it early, which I think was complete nonsense. I know people want Tony to win, but you've got to be realistic. Tony was badly hurt there, and it was a good stoppage by the referee. I think even Tony's mother said it was a good stoppage by the referee. So another Welsh boxer who had a defeat on the night was Frankie Borg, and Frankie's been a great servant to boxing, amateur and pro. He's always in exciting fights. He always turns up in shape and gives it his all. Unfortunately, he was stopped in the last round of the fight. Is this it for Frankie now, do you think, John?
A lot of people would probably say yes, he should hang up his gloves, but for me, I still believe he's got something to offer. I know he's been knocked out or knocked down in his last couple of fights, but he's taken these fights on short notice. It was the same with this fight. I still believe if he can get a good training camp and an half-tidy fight, I'd like to see him have like a fairy tale ending where he wins his last fight on the eye, then finishes. But there's still left, still fight left in him.
Yeah, I mean, if Frankie does decide to fight on, I'd just like to see him one last fight in Cardiff maybe, or Newport, against someone maybe for the Welsh title. I know Chris Ware hasn't defended his title. It's been a long time now since he's had the belt, so I don't know if it's possibly for the vacant title. If Frankie could fight someone around his level for the Welsh title, and hopefully get a victory and then go off into the sunset as a career to be proud of.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mitch Buckland, good fight actually, better fight than I thought it would be. Look exciting, look really sharp, but I think Mitch ready for a step up now.
Definitely, I think he's been ready for a step up for a while. The Frenchman who we boxed, he come to fight, didn't he? And as soon as Mitch hit him with a couple of shots, he was sticking his tongue out and poking his hands out and saying, "Come on, give me some more." And one of the funny things, which was after the night, when Mitch was giving him some more, Tony Bow was shouting over to him, "That's it, Mitch. Now he knows he's French." But, good performance, and time for Mitch to step up, and he's hoping to get a British title shot himself. Let's hope he gets it.
Yeah, and I think he's at the level now. He's ready for it. He needs it. So I think you can only fight these type of guys for so long, and you've got to be ready for that. Something to get excited about and something to aim for in your training camps and that. On the last show we mentioned Nathan Thorley fighting Anthony Trow, which was a fight I was really looking forward to. Unfortunately, a couple of days before, well actually it might be the weigh-in of the fight, we found out that the fight wasn't happening because there's a problem with Anthony Trow's brain scan. I'm not sure the finer details of that. I know Anthony was pretty angry about it. But the fight didn't happen, but Nathan did fight on the night against a guy, Elvis Doobie, I don't know if that's the right pronunciation.
Or just Dude, they call him, don't they?
The dude.
Yeah.
He's quite a bit bigger than Nathan, but Nathan had a decent boxing display. He got cut over his left eye, Nathan. But he had a solid boxing display against a guy naturally bigger than him. And he was a journeyman, and he had a journeyman's mentality, I think. Didn't really come to win, just to spoil and make things difficult for Nathan. But Nathan won in front of his home fans, and hopefully next time back out in Cardiff in fighting Anthony Trout.
Yeah, fair play. Really impressed with Nathan. He's improving every fight. You know, that's still a good learning fight for him. You know, you do learn from these fights, and you know, there's no rushes early on in his career. There's no big rush for any big names or big fights, as long as he keeps on moving forward the way he is. And Chris Davis is just fantastic in the corner with him. You know, I'd love if Chris could control a fighter with a joypad. I would love to see what he's doing, because Chris shouts his instructions over, and then you can see the fighter doing it, and it's working. He just reads his opponents really well. But yeah, another good one for him.
Yeah, and I think Nathan's had a sort of good, steady progress with his career. Yeah. Sometimes you see boxers, they have 1 or 2 fights, then they almost disappear for long periods. But Nathan's, they get him out regular, seems to have a good team around him with Dennis as well, Dennis Williams. And obviously Chris, as you mentioned there, and Stephen Williams, give you a mention, Steve, in the corner there.
Yeah, that's all he needs, just steady progress.
And I caught up with Nathan after the fight, so let's cut to the interview. We had a last minute change of opponent, Nathan, so how do you assess your performance tonight?
It was okay, considering the late change. You know, unfortunately, Trout couldn't due to board reasons. But yeah, it was alright. We trained with a short opponent. Business sport short opponent. Yeah, I think it went alright. Could have been a lot better. Certain little things, certain mistakes I made, but other than that, I was tickety boo like.
So the guy you fight in was a lot more experienced than you.
Yeah.
What do you feel you've learned from this fight tonight?
That I could be a little bit too relaxed on the defence, but I think it was not everything was like a sharp, crisp jab, sharp 1-2s. I just tend to switch off. With a more experienced person, I can't do that, obviously. But yeah, I was happy with it, to be honest.
You had a cut under your eye, which I can see there, under your left eye. Did that upset you at all, or did that spoil your rhythm, or was it the first experience for you as a pro?
First experience as a pro. I have been cut as an amateur before, out in Canada. It didn't knock me too much. I was obviously concerned, because I'm cut the first time as a pro, but not too much.
And where's the next step for you now? Will you try and make the fight with Trout in your next fight, or have you got other options?
Yeah, well, I'm open to the Trout fight, you know. We've had a chat with Saniga and my trainer Chris Davis, and both said, yeah, that fight could be next fight, like, you know. I'm happy to take it, he's happy to take it, so I don't see why not.
And what was it like fighting in Cardiff as a pro for the first time in your career?
Oh, fantastic. I loved it, absolutely loved it. It was brilliant. Nice that the home support. A lot of people come down to support me, which is really nice. And just like to thank them all. And just like to say thank you to them all for coming down. It was just a fantastic experience.
And what's this venue like for boxing?
Amazing.
It's got a love
Amazing.
vibe. Been kissing girls.
Amazing venue, really nice, big. Fits hundreds, thousands of people in here, and the atmosphere is phenomenal when you're walking out. Brilliant.
And last but not least, Ciaran, we got Morgan Sexual Chocolate Jones. Don't worry, we are allowed to say that on this show. I know Morgan was trying to get who's the MC?
Ricky.
No, not Ricky.
Oh, the Scottish guy.
Yeah, he was trying to get him to introduce him as Morgan Sexual Jones, and they wouldn't. And I know he's a bit disappointed with that, but we can introduce you Morgan Sexual Jones. Another good performance from Morgan.
Razor sharp. Absolutely. What a prospect in Welsh boxing. Yeah. I know it was early in his career, and he's. But well, I was going to say he's only fought journeyman, but actually he fought Chris Ware in his first pro contest.
First pro contest against Chris
that's an excellent win when you consider really what Chris has gone on to do since.
Yeah, dropped him down as well, didn't he? I think the first round in that fight. You know, if Chris is going to fight again, that is a fight I would like to see.
Yeah.
Morgan Jones and Chris Ware for a Welsh title, but we don't know what's going to happen there. But back to Morgan's fight on the night, another brilliant performance. The boy who he was fighting, tough boy,
Yeah, oh god.
and he looked like he could bang as well.
Yeah. Some of those punches he took when Morgan was hitting him with, you don't often see someone get hit with 5 or 6 solid combinations like every single punch.
I know.
But Morgan was hitting him, and to his credit, he just stood there and took it. And actually, he was asking for more, and Morgan gave him more.
And Morgan was happy to give it. Yeah, you just got to keep on progressing. Same as Nathan Thorley, just steady. There's no rush, plenty of time, but just it's going in the right direction.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe 12 months down the line, maybe a bit longer, you could have Nathan Thorley against Morgan Jones.
Yeah.
I tell you a good fight someone put on Facebook. A potential fight for Morgan Jones would be against Tobias Webb.
Tobias Webb, yeah.
I mean, Tobias has been around, he's fought a lot of good guys, he's fought at a much higher level. Okay, he's probably been found a little bit wanting at a higher level, but be a good test for Morgan Jones now at this point of his career, I think.
Yeah, good fight.
Yeah, and I caught up with Morgan after the fight, so let's cut the interview. Morgan, congratulations on your victory tonight. How do you assess your performance?
From what I was told by the boys, by the corner, it was another good performance. Yeah, I felt pretty good in there. I think there's a lot. I can see a lot of changes and tweaks to make for next time. So, I think it's a good performance, but there's a lot more to come.
When you box, you make it look very easy. You're very sharp. You're
thanks
very quick.
for spotting that. Yeah, thanks for spotting that.
But do you feel you're learning from these fights?
Yeah, and I think I am learning, to be honest. Like in there, like that boy took so many shots, and I learned there. Our boys can be tough in this game. So even if you're landing clean, just take that little step back, take your time, don't get ahead of yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I am learning all the time, and regardless of the fight, my aim in there is to to improve and to learn. So.
I mean, the guy you fought tonight, he took some massive punches, as you said.
Massive punches.
Could you sort of feel the power in those shots yourself?
I could feel the power in those shots. I was starting to get a little bit intimidated because I was landing the big shots, and it didn't seem like he was going. Like he had a good poker face, but we got him out in the end. So.
Where's the next step for you now?
Next step, I want to Welsh title. That's my next step. I want to really, start taking things serious and make some big moves. This year.
If you could play promoter in an ideal world, sort of taking the boxing politics out of things, who would you like to box next?
I do want a big name. Do you know what I mean? I do want a big name. At the same time, it is a step ladder. Do you know what I mean? And there is a queue. So, to be honest, I'm in safe hands with Chris.
And 12, 18 months down the line, where would you like to be in your boxing career?
12, 18 months. I want to be this time next year. I want to be definitely looking at a British title, definitely top 10, and put on those kind of performances which nobody else is putting on them kind of performances, regardless of the opponent. Nobody's putting on them sort of that sort of show. To be honest, nobody. I know that.
In other boxing news, we got Harry Miles in action this weekend, John. I think Harry was doing a bit of training with you this week.
Yeah.
I think it's been announced as well, actually this morning as we're shooting this, that Tom Dorian is going to be fighting Chris Eubank Jr. on the next Joshua undercard, so massive opportunity for Tom Dorian.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still not 100% convinced that Eubank is as great as people says he is, so it'll be interesting to see if Tom can pull the upset, cause the upset.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned Tom a lot on this show. He's from North Wales.
Yeah.
I've never met him or interviewed him, but Google him, check him out on YouTube, and check out his last fight because it was the best fight of the year, if you ask me.
Great fight.
He was down in the first, then he had his opponent down, then they was both rocked, and it looked like they could go. Anyone could go down at any time. But what a really, really exciting fight.
Yeah,
check that out.
Fight. Yeah, there's also some news that we've heard about, but we've been asked not to say anything. But a big, massive fight taking place involving Welsh boxers, taking place in maybe Swansea, but we can't say too much about at the moment. Also, there's lots of big news coming up that we're told not to say anything. So, but there's a lot of good things happening for Welsh boxing and Welsh boxers over the next few months, hopefully, if all the rumours are true.
Exciting times.
Exciting times, yeah, very exciting times. To use your cliche. Yeah, so that's about it, John. Hope you all enjoyed the show. And I had some great feedback on Saturday night as well from fans up to me, some of the, and also people within boxing, Welsh boxing. So it's great that people appreciate the show and are watching the show, and any feedback you got for us, please just tell us if you bump into us at shows, or if send us a message on Facebook or Twitter, whatever. I think you got a few comments as well, John?
Yeah, lots of comments. People saying, can you ask Ciaran to make an effort with his dress code? But no, it's good.
So yeah, that about wraps it up. Thank our sponsors, Demon Shields, the leading manufacturers in gum shields in Wales, and myself, Ciaran Gibbons, Shakin Stevens, and we'll see you all on the next show.
Thank you.